Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. This video is another video in the series of the things narcissistic people say to gaslight our reality. And these are everyday words that we can also find ourselves using, which is what makes it all the more confusing when it comes to a narcissistic person. One of their words that they will come out with is never, meaning at no time did that ever happen. So there's no possibility of miscommunication, misunderstanding, that people just remember things differently, that your reality might be different to their reality or their reality might be different to your reality. They have that selective memory. If something works for them, they have a very good memory. They remember things very well. Narcissistic people remember things that didn't actually happen. Yet, if it's something that works against them, they suddenly have that memory loss, and to them, it never happened. So this video is to explain more, explore more why narcissistic people use the word never and what it can do to us. When it comes to a narcissist, they will make a promise in the future to get their needs met in the present, because a promise is the one thing you can break without even touching. However, because they don't want to be held responsible for their behaviour, as they don't want to be held accountable to their words, they're going to do all they can to forget they ever said it. Once they've got their needs met, their needs are being met. They are extremely selfish, self-entitled people. They're not interested in your needs. They're interested in manipulating you to get their own way. So when they promise you something and then you later down the line say, oh, we said we'd be doing this, they're going to turn around and come at you and say, I never said that. When you know they did say that, which often then gets you on the defensive. It gets you explaining yourself to them. It gets you living in the past. It gets you explaining the situation, the lead up to events, ruminating over what happened, as they stand there saying, I never said that. You must be imagining things, to leave you in a state of disbelief, to leave you in a state of confusion, to pull on your emotions. So the angrier you get trying to explain yourself to them, the more a narcissist will get you going to pin the blame on you, to get that reaction out of you so that they can blame you. When what we actually need to do is just distance ourselves a little bit from the situation, which is very difficult while we live it. Once out of it, once we meet similar people like this, we can start to recognise the behaviour and distance ourselves. Or if it's a family member that you cannot cut off from your life, when they come at you and say, I never said that, this is when we can distance ourselves and put that sort of barrier, that invisible barrier up, and just stand there and recognise, I know they said that. They don't want to admit saying that. That is who they are as a person. Therefore, that person will break their word. Not only will they break their word, they will deny any knowledge of ever saying it in the first place. This is somebody I need to just keep apart from. Or when you ask them about something that they take as criticism. So you might just be speaking with family or with friends about something that you find endearing that they did, and a narcissist might turn around and say, I never did that, because the narcissist took it as criticism. To the narcissist, it's a narcissistic injury. If a narcissist has got the image that they're selling to the world, that they're a tough person, they're not someone to be messed with, and you go and tell them about the time they've brought you a bunch of flowers and a cuddly teddy bear when they're in the love bombing stage, and they don't want the outside world to see that side of them, even though it's a manipulative side of them. It goes against the image they're selling to others. That's an image they're trying to sell to you in private. So they're going to come at you and say, I never did that. To leave you confused, to leave you bewildered, to leave you questioning who they are, yet questioning your reality. And a narcissist can also turn it around onto you. Promises, again, they can make a promise, they can break a promise, and then they can turn around to you and say, well, you never, to pass the blame over to you, to lay the blame at your door. You can ask them to do something for you. You can ask them to pick something up on the way home, and they will forget, or they will purposely forget, whether it's intentional or instinctive. It's just who they are. Yet when you ask them, did you pick that up, even though they might have promised to pick it up, they're going to turn it around and say, you never reminded me. Because by them forgetting something, it irritates their image that they are perfect, that they don't forget things. Therefore, you are always going to be the forgetful one in the relationship, and they are always going to be right. A narcissist can be doing something and they'll not inform you that they're doing it. And then when it comes to the day that they do it, they're going to turn round when you ask them about it and say, I told you last week, when you know full well that they never did tell you. Yet they are going to get you to use the word never on them. So you jump on the defensive and say, you never told me that, which is often when you can feel like you're turning into the narcissist, because you're using everyday normal words that narcissists use to manipulate people. These words have meanings. These words are things that people do say and people do use. Narcissists use these words to exploit a situation. So then you're the one trying to explain to them that they never said something to you, even though you know they never said it to you. Yet they're going to try and confuse you. They're going to say that you're losing your memory, even though you know full well they didn't tell you. Both ways, you can tell a narcissist something that doesn't suit that narcissist, so they can leave it be. And then when you go to do it, they're going to come at you and say, you never told me, when you know you did. You can write it on a big calendar in a room where everybody goes, where everybody sees, and they will still look at that calendar if you show them, or they might not even look, they might just sulk or fall silent or rage at you. But they will look at that calendar and they will claim that you've only just wrote it on because you never told them. Because they're trying to get you on the defensive. They're trying to get you to explain yourself to them. They're trying to pull you down. They're trying to get you in that mood. They're trying to get you in that state of mind of negativity, of confusion, of depression, so that you're the one that's constantly trying to work out what on earth is going on, and they are constantly changing the game in you, causing that cognitive dissonance within your mind, because your beliefs are no longer matching up. They sold you an illusion of a person they said they'd be, and then they turned into somebody they are, who you don't believe they are, and then they are gaslighting you with so many words to make you believe that you're the one at fault, so you don't recognise the reality of what they are actually doing to you. Your realities are no longer matching up. What you lived in the past, in the present, is constantly being rewritten on you, so that the narcissist can escape taking any form of responsibility for their behaviour, can escape taking any accountability for their actions, and so the narcissist can avoid consequences for their behaviour, because you're the one left dealing with all the consequences for their behaviour. When a narcissist, and the key word here is narcissist, When a narcissist comes at you and says the word never, they're trying to gaslight you. They're trying to distort your reality. They're trying to evade consequences for their actions. They're trying to distract you. They're trying to pin the blame on you. Everybody can use the word never in day-to-day life. We can use the word never. It's a word that many people use in the English language. However, it's the intentions behind the circumstances that the word is being used. It's whether the word is being used from a place of genuine authenticity, from a place of honesty, from a place of your memory, or whether the word is being used from a place of a malicious intent to distract you from what's actually happening to you. When dealing with people, it's a case of we have to recognise those patterns of behaviour. If someone forever breaks their word and then finds a way to blame you, that person is an untrustworthy person. When it comes to happiness, happiness is for the individual person to create. We are not here to make another person happy, which is quite difficult when you're empathetic with people, when you care about other people, you want to see other people happy, you want to make other people happy. What we have to recognise is we're all on our individual journeys, we're all on our individual life paths, and we can choose to walk with people on their journey as they choose to walk with us on our journey. And if you've got people who are happy, who are authentic, who yes go through difficult times and can have moments of stress and heartache and pain, however they don't take it out on another person, or if they do take it out on another person, if they do become moody, they can accept that, I'm sorry, I'm in a mood today, I just need some space, it's nothing you've done, it's me, rather than, oh, I'm in a mood today, so that's your fault. There's a difference between people. We can all feel the different emotions. It's how we handle these emotions. It's how we deal with these emotions. There are those who take responsibility for their emotions, their behaviour, those who pass responsibility, and those who take responsibility for their own and other people's. And at some point we have to pass responsibility back to the rightful owner. When you are around negative people who do not want to be raised up, they're only going to bring you down. The more you try, the more they're going to bring you down. You can be around negative people who are just going through a rough patch in life, who want to find their happiness, who are seeking the support to help themselves. And if that's what they want, you can help them find their own happiness again. However, if they are deep down very negative people who don't want to find their happiness, who blame all others for their issues within their own lives, who hold a lot of grudges, they're only ever going to work against you. They're going to gaslight you. They're going to twist the story. They're going to play the victim. They're going to do all they can to gain the sympathetic attention they believe they're entitled to manipulate, to gain the admiration they believe they're entitled to, with a lack of empathy to care for how it hurts you. I shall add in the description the playlist on things narcissistic people say to gaslight your reality, as they are everyday words that many people use. However, many people don't use them to gaslight. Narcissistic people, manipulators, use them to gaslight, to get you to question yourself. If anyone has any thoughts on the video, please do add those into the comments. Thank you very much for listening. Go out there, create the day that you deserve, because you do deserve to have an amazing day. Bye.